Guys, and welcome back to my channel. We're going to start off with priming our eyes with the new e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer, and we are not going to set this down with any kind of setting powder or an eyeshadow at all. We're going to leave this a little damp and wet. I already have the other one finished. We're going to go in with this Colourpop, and it's called Animal, and it is this gorgeous peachy shade. And we're going to go in with a tight kabuki top small brush, and we're going to use that to pack this color on into the crease using tapping motion. We are going to do a spring look today. I am loving these bright peachy colors. I am ready for spring and to bring all these pastel colors back so that we can really get these bright vibes going. So this color is showing up light right now, but it does build up. Colourpop is a creamier consistency. So make sure when you do have any Colourpop items, make sure the lid is on really tight to keep it to last longer, or else it will dry out. So we're going to bring that up. This also being a little kind of wet or creamy consistency is going to help when we put a powder on top as well, make that powder eyeshadow to really stick to what we are doing. So as you can see, I'm just tapping it out, and this is a Real Technique brush, and it came in a pack with 4 different eyeshadow brushes, and this I found at Walmart. So it should be really easy to get, and these brushes are really easy to find anywhere. So as you can see, I'm just packing this on using tap-in motions. I look really mean, mad, upset all the time, but I'm really not. I'm just really trying to concentrate on what I am doing. I'm now going in with the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, and it smells so good. I love the smell of the peaches in here. And I am taking the peach shade in the middle. I'll have the names on the screen as well. And I'm just taking this on a Morphe brush. It's more tapered towards the end of it. And I'm just going to go ahead and tuck this into the crease and also blend a little upwards so that we can intensify this look. This look is not going to be many eyeshadows, so it's a really simple, very pretty, bright springtime look. Even a summertime look would go well with this. So we just want to keep on building up that color till we need, and really bring that color out to that edge, because we're going to do a cut crease where we're going to cut it all the way across the eye, and we want that color to be out, so when we go to curve it, it will actually give us enough color on the outside of our eye to be able to still show. So now I took a little bit of the Animal back on the brush that we first used, and I'm going to blend that up at the top to bring those two colors together. Just back and forth, and it doesn't take a lot with this. I'm just getting a little bit of the concealer we used to prime our eyes and putting it on the back of my hand. And we're going to take a flat tapered brush, and I'm going to pack on the concealer, and then we are going to cut that crease, and we're going to cut it all the way out to the very end, and then you want to curve it upwards. You'll see me do this, so it should help you guys to understand what I'm doing. Just follow your natural crease to your eyelid, and take your time, and then add a little bit of product, and then keep adding some more. It's okay if it's not perfect, because we're going to go in with the eyeshadow to fix any mistakes that we have made. And then just keep on going back in with the concealer until you got the right shape of your eye. After we have done the cut crease, I am now going in to the same palette using that cream shade, and we're going to just tap that onto the concealer. I didn't want no shimmers. I wanted this all to be a matte look today. So I'm just tapping it on everywhere to set down that concealer. Now going in with a smaller Morphe tapered brush, picking up that same orange peach shade that we used in the crease, and we're going to just start fixing any mistakes that we had messed up with our concealer, and we're just going to go ahead and carve that crease right back out to make it really defined. This is a even more detailed, smaller Morphe brush. I can leave the brush names and the brush numbers down below in my details, so if you guys do need those, I'll start to do that. That way you guys can go and get them if you need to. But yeah, like I said, I am just fixing any mistakes and darkening up that crease and making sure that the cut crease is really sharp. Now I'm going in with this shimmer cream shade, and this is going to go on our brow bone to give it some more definition. I went ahead and I put on my winged liner, which is a W7 liquid liner, and I went ahead and put on some lashes. They'll be linked down below, and as well as some black eyeliner and mascara. Now we're going to go into the face, and I wanted this to be a full coverage matte, but also with a little bit of shimmer and glow to it. So I'm using the Becca Blacklight filter primer, and I'm going to use this just on the outside of my face to make sure it's real hydrated and give it that glow. Now I'm going in with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, which I really enjoy this. And I am going to put this just on my T-zone. A little bit goes a long way. So I'm just putting a little bit on the forehead, the nose, and my chin. And I'm going to use pressing, tapping motions to really get this in. And to make sure that it is going to stay where I need it to go. Next, we're going in with the Maybelline SuperStay foundation, and I'm using two colors to get my shade as close as I can, which is 112 and 120. And I'm going to go ahead and put a pump of each, and then I'm also going to put, I believe I end up putting 2 pumps in of the Becca Blacklight filter primer in with the foundation. This will also help it give it that glow, also make it so it's not as full coverage, but it still is full coverage. And I'm going to go ahead and mix those on the back of my hand and tap wherever I need. And I do put a lot of foundation. I really like the full coverage on certain days, so I'm going to use a lot, but I'm going to start off with one side and then use my brush to tap over on the other side to blend it out, and you'll understand what I'm saying. That way I'm not adding more to the other side until I see that I need to. But I'm using the Y6 from Morphe, and I'm just going to go ahead and tap using tapping motions. And I'm not going really soft. I am using some pressure to really make sure that it is packed onto the face and getting into the face instead of actually just sitting on top of the face. So I will be going in with a sponge though to actually melt it into the skin to make it look really pretty instead of looking just like a big blob of foundation and cakey. So I'm just making sure I get it all over wherever I can and really blend it out before I go back in and add some more. So now I'm just picking up a little bit more and putting it wherever I need it. And then just keep doing that until you get the consistency and get the foundation where you need it. I have this really red blemish on my cheek and it just still shows through the foundation or anything. It just appeared. So that is the most problem that I have right now with my skin. Other than that, it's just always red. So we're going to finish this up. And now you can see I'm just taking my beauty blender and pouncing it all over the face to really press in that foundation. And you can really see it's starting to look more like a skin finish instead of cakey and like foundation. I mean, it still does look like foundation, of course, but you can still see some of my skin poking through, and that's why the Becca Blacklight primer really helps mixing in with that, but it still won't show all of your acne scars or all of your blemishes that you have. I'm now going in with the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer, and I tested this out the other day on my channel, so if you want to go see that. I really like this concealer. Now, I do need one to pick one up that is a little bit darker because this is really, really light, but I'm using less than I did because you really don't need a lot. This is full coverage and it wears really beautiful. I love using this oval Artiste kind of brush to first go in and tap it out, and then using the beauty blender to really press it into the skin. I believe it helps, as well as if you go watch my video, what you need to go make sure that you're not putting a lot on and letting it set. It does dry down really fast. That's why I am doing both eyes and then going in and tapping it out. And I haven't even done my forehead yet because I don't want this stuff to dry down. It's harder to blend out. But it is really brightening and really pretty. And it doesn't crease too bad. I didn't see creasing under my eyes, but I do on top of my eyes if I use it too much. So make sure that you're not using a lot of it if you're not going to set it. I'm now going in with the Coty Airspun, and I am using a little bit of this on a Morphe tapered brush, and I'm just tapping a little bit of it under the eyes. I don't want too much. I don't want to look cakey or even make my under eyes dry out. So just a little bit, and then we're going to tap that in with our beauty blender, because a wet beauty blender really presses it in and helps it just once again melt away. But I picked a little bit up on my beauty blender, tapped it on the back of my hand, and then I'm tapping that as my setting powder for my whole face. I didn't want too much of this either, but just enough so that when we're putting on our bronzers, our blush, that everything will blend out really pretty and seamless, and that way it doesn't gather or cake up or stick to your foundation. Going ahead with Morphe setting spray and setting the whole face with it. And now I'm going in and tapping to make sure that powder is all really set and melted into the skin. This really does help. Once again, it makes it more skin-like and really pretty. And I know it looks like everything I use is Morphe, but I really enjoy their products. So this is the Morphe Bronze palette. It's the Lo-Fi one. It's the 8L. I'll have it down in the descriptions. This bronzer is so pretty. Like the bronzers I used to buy were always glittery and really too dark for my skin. But I really have found that these bronzers just blend beautifully. They're so beautiful. So you will see me using a lot of Morphe stuff. I'm not sponsored. I don't have an affiliate code, nothing. It's just I truly love their products the more and more that I try, and they're so affordable to use. And I do like using the products that I already have. I love testing out new products, and I will be doing a haul here soon on new stuff that I get. But I just believe on using what you have and what you buy instead of just letting it set and go to waste and wasting money. So if I really love something, I love to use it. So you will be seeing me use more of it. But now I'm going in with the Hoola contour and bronzer, and I am just going to contour just a little bit today and really get it to make this look really pretty for springtime. And this is also a Morphe contour brush. Like I said, everything will be listed down below. And I will be doing a video here soon about all my brushes I have, where I got them, and if you're able to get them. I do have some really pretty ones, and I do have some that aren't available anymore, but I love them just for show, that they're really pretty and glitzy. I love this blush. It is from Milani. It's Coral Cove, and this is an e.l.f. brush. And I'm taking some of this and packing it onto my cheeks. Be careful, it is a very bright color, and it does, you can see, it's very pigmented. It packs a punch. If you love blush, you're going to love any of the Milani baked blushes. They are gorgeous. Both of them in the round containers, like the Luminoso, and these are their flower ones. They're really gorgeous. So I have just put that on, and I'm tapping it out with the Beauty Blender to melt it more into the skin and calm it down a little bit. That trick always helps. And I'm going to go ahead and set my face again. And then we're going to carve out that contour to make sure it's sharp and really get that definition. We cannot forget about a highlighter. This is in the same palette, and this is more of a rose gold with a pink peachy shift to it. It is very, very pretty. I don't know if my camera's picking it up that well. Hopefully it will when I move a certain way. It doesn't bring out texture. I already have texture. Every highlight will pick up my texture, so don't mind that. But this is just so gorgeous, and there's 4 colors in this palette with the bronzer, and they're just all very, very beautiful and very blinding and pigmented. You can see, just so beautiful. I'm going to pick up on a smaller brush. I'm going to put this on the inner corner as our inner corner highlight that we have. And I believe I go back and spray my brush a little bit with setting spray, which helps also pick up any kind of pigment as well, or makes it more intense and brighter. So I believe I end up going and doing that to intensify that inner corner, that really make it pop for our eyes. Now I am taking the Too Faced palette that we use. I am picking this purple shade up all the way on the end with the Tint Smudger brush from Morphe. It's a small detailed brush, and we are going to smudge this underneath on that in tight line underneath the lash line. And I didn't want to do the same corally color. I wanted a pop of color. I wanted something different. So I picked this purple, and a little bit goes a long way, so I'm just picking up a little bit, going under, and then picking up a little bit more and going back under till I get the color and the consistency that I am looking for. Then we'll be going in with the same color that we used out of this palette, that for that crease color, that peach color, and on another brush, and we're going to take that below that purple and smudge that out. It just really blends it all together and looks really pretty and cool. And I usually don't do this and go outside my comfort zone to add different colors on the bottom. I usually stick with whatever I used on my eyes, will go under. But I just want to try something new. That's what makeup is all about, is doing new things and having fun with it. Going in with the NYX Worth the Hype mascara just on the bottom lashes. We have already done the top lashes. I don't like my lashes on the bottom to be too spiky or too dark, so I just use a little bit. And now I'm going to go ahead and dust all of that powder that we use to bake and really carve out those cheekbones. I'm going to dust that all away, and then I'll be going back in with my contour brush just to define just a little bit where I believe that I needed to add just a little more. But I'm using whatever's left over on the brush. I'm not picking up anything else. I already did my brows off camera. Now going on with the final thing, which is our lipstick. This is Wet n Wild, the liquid Catsuit, and I'm taking Nudist Peach, and I wanted to keep it a nude color but also add a little bit of peach tone to it. And I didn't outline my lips today, I just threw on a lipstick. So this is the final look that we have. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and comment. Let me know what looks you guys want to see or what content that you guys are interested in. And I hope you keep coming back and watching. Thanks. Bye.